parameters? The new mission?
The new mission was to find out about these gigantic things that were moving
Yeah,
around.
this actually superseded the missing stuff.
Yeah, it did.
So this
and then bring back information on these two giant,
matter.
apparently military complexes that just move around, these two giant domes. Okay, so boom, you're back.
And we're there.
Yeah, boom. You can close the armored canopy that it leaks.
Yeah.
But you're only needing it a little bit. If you tell Lucky, pretty much we need to stay on the surface till we get right to where we have to go straight into the tube.
Yeah. Before we go in the water, can we patch up the little drip in the auto?
And you can do that too.
Yeah.
Find a place so Lucky doesn't go crazy again.
Berserk.
That
was bad.
Here, let's see. Episode summary. The adventure ends. If anybody makes it back alive. Okay.
There's still people there once.
The debriefing. You guys are hustled back to the same room that you had the briefing in.
Wait. Before we actually completely leave, sorry, I was on the phone. I still need to shoot the plasma cannon.
Yeah, we do have to test it.
I gotta see what the plasma generator does. We're also stopping by to pick up the jackhammer that was left on the beach.
Yeah, you can do that. Lucky can get you right back.
Yeah, so I'm gonna step out, go a little ways from Lucky and everybody.
Okay.
Try to shoot something. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say shoot Brown while holding the thing up.
Okay. You do a little bit of testing.
It explodes.
At least if you die.
What is it?
It's a plasma generator.
Experimental computer-assisted plasma generator.
With voice activation, allegedly. Do I see a trigger anywhere?
Here's what happens. There's no trigger because you tell it when to shoot. But every time you give a verbal command, there's often a delay as it asks for confirmation or override of safety features. When it does search for targets, it's very literal and follows your directions to a T. So you have to be very specific.
Like is it saying things to me? It's like
yes,
what's
it's saying, and you're like
flaky thing.
Please,
shoot the
confirmation, please.
Shoot the
target chosen, because it'll aim at what you say, and then it says confirmation.
Do I know
please,
what it is?
Target? No.
Okay.
No, I've never seen what of target, and then you have to really be super specific in the first place. Plus, then like triple checks.
Yeah.
So where you could fire this thing 10 or 20 times, you get one shot off, which totally it blows up the tree that you're aiming at, and just destroys it.
So I finally figure out how to do it.
Well, yeah.
Are we speeding through it?
It really, we're speeding through it.
Okay.
But because basically it's awful. The computer takes 10 times as long to aim, and it's always double checking to make sure you want to fire. And
so if it was a guy rushing me, I'm dead.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well,
if it was just one guy rushing you, you'd be fine.
I could say
if it was 100 guys,
shoot Jake, and it would just go.
If it was 100 guys, you'd be in a lot of trouble because then it would want specifics on which guy, which one, what angle, what vector, blah 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 blah. So you can report that any way you want once you're back.
But it works well.
Oh yeah, it works.
Okay, that's not.
But it doesn't work well.
But it works. It's just
okay. All the citizens and machine intelligence involved in the mission are present. Lucky is available for questioning via radio link. The same briefing officers are there. By the way,
we're everybody's we have the proof, the treason stuff he said, and we're turning him in right now.
Well, you have to wait. You can do that during the debriefing.
Jump in the gun.
Peter I and Ness Y are there. Dr. Numo there's another R&D representative. It's not him for some reason. Megafun, the one who tried to put off all the junk on you guys, is there. The PL Samson G is there.
By the way, the rocket boots fine now they've dried out.
Is Samson the useless guy? No, that
Samson G was the guy who was giving you all the good stuff.
All the good stuff, yeah.
The R&D guy. You are standing in line before the bench. Peter I looks at his papers. I see that mission leader Grungy is not with us. Will the acting mission leader please make his mission report?
Yes, Grungy is not with us because he left and disabled his...
Yes. Did you... we need a brief summary of the mission objectives and an assessment of whether they were achieved.
Okay, well, you show them the video recording of the cockroaches, tell them about them, what they are.
Oh, yeah, do we have that on video?
Yes.
He recorded
it. He's recording everything. Okay.
You saw him record it. He's like, oh, I should record this.
Hey.
So, yeah, show him the video. These were the giant structures that were walking around. Turned out to be insane.
What were your mission objectives?
We were to initially test the equipment.
Was that achieved?
Yes.
Yes. And to search to a respectable degree for the missing equipment. We did not find any.
Very well.
And
we were also to patrol the area to see if
I'm talking to the mission leader.
No, we were asked to patrol, as we did do, and found the 2 giant creatures, which was added on at a later time by... I'm talking to...
You're talking to Peter I again.
Yeah. Which was added on by you.
Yes. Is that all?
And yes, and we just found out that they are giant creatures and not structures.
Are there any amendments or corrections to this report? Speak now or be recorded as concurring with the report of the acting mission leader.
Yeah, the report's correct.
Yeah.
But is this one I would say about his treason stuff?
No.
Okay.
Charge of treason come up shortly. Very well. Then he starts cross-examining everybody about Grungy and the disappearance of Grungy.
Everybody but him is going to tell him the story about Grungy being the traitor. We'll see.
What he could have changed his answer after
people telling him, and is there any kind of
we're all telling him that Grungy was a traitor,
mm-hmm.
and he disabled his.
You have this on video, audio.
I don't know.
Proof of his traitorous activities.
I guess we don't.
Our loyalty officer was not.
Does shooting us with lasers count?
Circumstantial evidence can be taken in the lack of any actual physical evidence.
Well, he's got laser burns on him.
Grungy has somehow betrayed you.
Well, actually, we do have physical evidence. I pull out his gun, and he's fired 5 shots with his laser rifle. They're 5 empty. I have the barrel with it.
Mm-hmm. And are the rest of you willing to concur with this evidence?
Yes.
There actually is evidence, so that's...
Your evidence is circumstantial, but in the light of no actual concrete evidence, no reprimands will be made. Who executed Grungy?
You did.
I believe
actually both of them did.
Peachy.
Peachy, yeah. He threw a sonic grenade on him.
Oh, sure did. Very well. You will receive. You receive a commendation for dispatching a traitor.
And okay,
thank you.
He lied about Grungy and called him a commie. He just said commies a don't. I'm trying to.
You'll be given a chance to speak in a moment.
Okay.
Damn.
I'd like him to go. I really do.
After having looked over the mission report and listened to what you have said, I noticed that you failed to find the missing mission group and their gear, but as you did succeed in the main mission of identifying the giant land juggernauts, that can be overlooked. He asks you more about the details on the giant cockroaches, and when you give him some details on these immense, monstrous things that attack Nuke doesn't seem to be able to put a dent in, that raises an eyebrow.
He's like, what?
He directs you to make a formal report to the computer as soon as the debriefing is complete. As the main objective was achieved, you will all be receiving commendations and a voucher for additional training. Then he leans back and relaxes. Nessie leaps to his feet. He starts haranguing you about your failure to capture and interrogate or execute the people that you found on the surface.
Oh, about the tribals?
The commies, yes. He sarcastically commends you for your wisdom in avoiding a confrontation with the giant cockroaches. Only dedicated troubleshooters can be expected to have the moral courage to run away from danger like that. He doesn't seem too impressed. Next, Megafun reads a list of assigned equipment, noting anything lost or damaged during the mission.
Well, most of the actual equipment, the only thing is lost is the rope.
There was rope and a backpack missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which you will be fined for that lost equipment. The jackbot, although in somewhat fair repair, was obviously damaged, as well as the dockbot. And it looks like someone was doing repairs on the jackbot, probably without authorization. You are also, according to your report, and you guys have actually filed written reports as well.
About it.
But the grunt...
There's also one
Mine's
missing... There's a missing... oh, shoot. My brain's breaking because I've been
Missing what?
playing too long. Cone rifle shell that is not accounted for. Was not fired from a cone rifle. Is not in your inventory.
Oh,
those black disc guys must have.
He gave it to the black disc guy.
One of the black disc
You
guys.
gave away expensive equipment. That's Meg. Oh, who tried to foist all the crap off on you again. However, I do note that you did recover all gear from all of the casualties.
Oh, by the way.
Surprisingly.
By the way, I pulled out the armor from Man.
That one you've already turned in.
Yeah.
That armor. What do you want to say? This is Mego again.
Well, like the Manny's armor and stuff. I'm like, was he a red or was he just? What was this about? This miscellaneous armor.
Security clearance not high enough.
Yes, your security clearance is not high enough.
Okay.
Was I promoted?
And then she sits back down. Huh? Yeah, nobody's been promoted.
Oh, it's the first she.
Even for killing it.
Yeah, that was Mego Fun, who tried to give you all the junk on that thing, and you guys kind of were like, Samson G stands up. He is the R&G, the research and development guy who was talking to you when you were in research and development.
So I guess we turn in all the equipment that was used.
Yes. He reads a list of experimental devices assigned and asks for test reports. Test report on the anti-grav unit.
Equipment failed to function.
Equipment failed. You tested it even? Did you even bother to test it?
Yes.
Failed to function. Obviously, something happened on the way. Probably one of you. Yes. The metal detector.
Completely functional. Worked like a charm.
Great. You.
Metal detecting.
Yeah, it was. That's all it was.
The
The plasma generator.
Its firing capabilities are exemplary, but its nitpicking on the targets was definitely delayed how fast it could shoot.
Rocket boots.
They functioned.
Which were waterlogged.
They functioned well.
They work.
Thank you for that detailed and accurate assessment.
They worked well. They were not very fast, but they worked very well.
We noticed that the jackhammer attachment has been damaged.
Well, you remember the jackhammer worked great in the shop. As soon as it was out in the field, it just broke down. You guys need to work on your battery packs.
And our battery packs, which you opened up, obviously damaging the battery inside when you opened it.
It was already broken. I was just trying to fix it.
Of course. You will be fined 200 credits for the repairs of that. You will be fined 100 credits for the repairs of the boots. You will be fined 100 credits for the damage, obviously, that you caused to the anti-grav. Also, there's the wait.
Did we get
No, that's not right. There was considerable damage done to the MTV. Glass was broken, parts were damaged, pieces were missing.
That happened because of malfunction in the MTV's autopilot.
Yes, well, it appears that Zim R was signed for the MTV. Anyway, wait, no, that's right. You pointed out the error, didn't you?
I pointed out the error, but it was somebody who wasn't me.
And so PGRX, since you signed for the MTV, you're going to be fined an additional 500 credits. You don't remember signing it.
Moxie roll.
Okay. So Peter I then summarizes your. Is there anything else?
Yeah, then I can tell him about the treason.
Hold on.
He really wants to throw you under the bus.
Not quite yet. All right, he summons the mission report again. That you were to investigate these giant things that you did. He commends you for your good work. He scolds you for all the damage that you did to all this expensive, valuable equipment. And losing some pieces of equipment. Some pieces were lost. And I'm now going to open formal treason hearings, if any. Does anyone wish to level treason against another person?
He lied.
Take that out of your hand, though, because if you pull your gun in this, they're probably going to...
Yeah, he lied to the computer when he told it was commies that attacked the Grungy.
He lied to the computer.
Okay, how could you have been mistaken?
He lied to the computer, that is treasonous.
He threw...
you were
mistaken. You saw him throw the grenade. How could you be mistaken?
It's not that I mistake, like, what happened.
Because he's a god!
Are you recorded? I firmly believe that the only reason Grungy would have fired on us was because he was converted by commies. So that did lead to him being blown up. I just put it poorly.
I see.
Is this oratory?
Do you have any... Yeah, this is...
Oh,
do you have any proof? Do you have any proof of this?
Well,
can your teammates verify this? Was it recorded?
I could verify that upon detonation of Grungy, that the computer was wondering what happened, and the loyalty officer told the computer that the commies did it.
Yes. Which he
Thus
claims is because Grungy was a commie and his switching over was caused by the commies.
Or calling Peachy a commie.
Were you calling Peachy a commie?
Yes.
Do you wish to...
I'm not accusing Peachy of being a commie.
Very well.
That just bites.
The computer has been assessed of this treasonous activity. Are there any other claims of treason in your group?
I consider it somewhat treasonous that he intentionally damaged computer property when he fired a shot through the MTV canopy.
And when did this happen? And then there's like...
Then that's like, when's the proof?
Oh, God.
I remember this now. This was when the self-destruct went off and he thought he could blow the windows off with his laser. And
so he intended to do even more
so
damage.
he did intentional damage to the MTV that Peachy signed out. And are you... can anybody corroborate this? That this happened?
This did happen.
Yeah,
but it was in reaction to
the self-destruct.
Right, you'll have a chance to speak in a moment.
In reaction to a self-destruct mechanism on Lucky being turned on.
So he shot the canopy because of a self-destruct mechanism. That doesn't seem very effective to me, but...
It wasn't.
So it is corroborated. Do you have a defense to make against this charge of treason?
Yeah, he initiated the self-destruct button. It was panic. You know, it was...
And you abandoned your post.
Not abandoned my post. I tested the jump.
So is this another charge of treason that he abandoned?
Yes,
his post?
absolutely.
Okay.
I did not abandon the post. I told him.
You did. You left the safety of the MTV
So I left the safety
without permission
and
of the
then
group
dumped your
leaders.
backpack and shit.
I stated repeatedly that we would be fine. We would not self-destruct. And yet, you fired a shot through computer property and abandoned your post.
You also initiated the
Then
self-destruct.
waterlogged your test boots.
Put that gun down. Unless you actually pull draw it, and that'd be bad.
Sir, put the gun down.
You did all the... Dude, he hit the self-destruct button. He damaged some of the stuff. He dropped something off the back of the MTV that we have no idea what it was.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, this is something we're saying. He did all this stuff,
all right.
and the reason I fired my gun is because I had it pointed at his back, and when he hit the grunge, it flew up and shot.
Okay, so now you're claiming it was just an accident.
Yes.
Okay,
Now
so that's your defense. It was
Did you
an
also
accident. Okay,
fall
that's-
out of the MTV?
With the rocket boots on?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so new charges are coming up. So charges of abandoning your team members have come up.
What are you talking about? Look who else tried. He also tried to abandon the machine.
He did not leave the machine.
He climbed out of the machine.
I was looking for the ejected other passenger. The other
I can
ejected
corroborate this.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did
I'm
find
sorry,
it.
That's great. It's not my fault. It was something else entirely. All right. So, okay.
Apparently everybody's...
You will help him
This is
pay
probably
the
the
fine
funnest
for
part
the
of the
MTV.
Yeah.
The treasonable acts have been noted by the computer, and they will be filed in your permanent records. Let's see what you're writing. Give me this. Okay. Are there any other charges of treason you wish to bring up above, at your, against your fellow troubleshooters?
Well, no.
Nothing else was missing from the MTV, so whatever fell off was, I don't even know.
Inconsequential.
Okay.
Actually,
Yes.
sorry. I do recall someone trying to use green level clearance.
Oh yeah, we do remember that.
When talking.
When was this? Yes. Okay.
It was earlier. He was speaking to the computer. He pulled out a green, saw a green object and said it was a green level.
Let me
clearance.
show you my green level clearance. And I pull out my leaf.
Well, they could now just think he's slow.
You realize that you are not green level. What is your moxie? It's really
It's
low,
2.
isn't it? Yeah.
I'm actually.
You realize,
green
of
level
course,
clearance
he's
right
role
here.
playing. He's really doing it brilliantly. You realize, of course, that that does not allow you green level clearance, and that claiming to be green level clearance when it has not been assigned you by the computer is treason and punishable by execution.
I assumed that I was assigned green level clearance when this falled upon me on my shoulders.
I do remember it falling on him. He seemed really
Actually,
happy
no.
about
He
it.
was-
Well, yeah, you
weren't-
were there.
You two guys weren't there, but you
Oh.
heard the whole conversation. You were there and saw it, and you heard the whole him claiming green.
Yeah.
And you know he's not.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't
so that's
know about the
perfect.
leaf.
That's perfect.
I thought this green clearance was bestowed upon me
By
We-
the
The
brown
computer
one.
I'm
could
going
do
to
that.
by the
PGR.
brown and green computer.
PGRX. Is it LCS?
LCS.
Oh, PGR LCS one.
-2.
We will -2. We will we will give you some. The computer we'll put you into one of our retraining booths in an attempt to make your brain work better.
You have some brain?
Aye.
Okay.
He's like, I'm so stupid,
If you roll
but I
a
don't
one.
realize that this is.
I didn't realize he was playing it that way. I love it. I think that's Moxie 2. You play it like an imbecile.
What's Moxie 1?
You're dumber than that. Okay, so that's the end of the briefing. The Peter I asked you 5 to stay. Everyone else is dismissed. The bots, the infrareds, other personnel in the room. Everybody leaves.
The
Yeah,
one in
Lovey. I'm alive. I can't believe I'm alive.
It's like, are they going to commend us for having one
He
infrared left?
reaches under the desk and you hear something click. And all of a sudden there is, and you guys are all unarmed at this point, by the way.
Yeah.
The room fills with a weird hum. And Peter I says, that's a cloaking device. It's now blanking all electronic transmissions inside the room. I want to personally thank you all for identifying the land juggernauts. And he kind of laughs like that. They the things were found by a armed forces spy bots making routine high altitude overflights of the region surrounding Alpha Complex to obtain important intelligence vital to complex security. However, knowledge of the outdoors is classified ultraviolet, since ultraviolet citizens are way too important to waste their time studying routine high-altitude photographs. They assign lower-level citizens to do this. Naturally, it's treason for citizens with less than ultraviolet clearance to examine photographs of the outdoors. Those citizens' life expectancy is rather short. No one currently alive in armed forces could interpret the intelligence photos. However, HPD and MC routinely receives copies of the overflight photos for filing. Of course, since the information is classified and there's no indication of the origin or purpose of the photos. However, the photos are pretty colorful and they have attracted the eyes of some clerks with too much time, clerk techs with too much time in their hands who decided to study them. One thing led to another, and finally HPD and MC, a highly status HPD and MC fellow, recognized the photo for what they were. in an attempt, seeing a chance for a real inter-service coup, we, HPD and MC top management, put some of their best people in studying it and interpreted the maps with a little help from an Armed Forces intelligence officer who was convinced to cooperate. He's now recovering from a series of accidents and an unfortunate coroner's report. The HPD and MC boys found something interesting. The things were moving. So, we got together with R&D. We had to bribe them a little in order to get a machine that would take you to the spot, as Armed Forces controls pretty much all of anything moving outside of Alpha Complex. And these alliances led to your mission, finally, to finding out what those were. We did this mainly to embarrass Armed Forces because they think they are everything and they're not. And now that all of you know about this conspiracy, you are equally subject to execution for treason. I'm certain you'll keep this matter to yourselves. I just wanted to thank you personally and to inform you that a 200 credit bonus will be credited to your accounts, courtesy of HPD and MC. To remind you that I've got something incriminating on each of you, and to let you know you can count on me for a favor in the future. Right. Now he's Indigo. That's huge, guys.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Now I
Dear benevolent sir.
Now I
Most
owe
benevolent.
250 credits.
He stands up and he turns to leave, and then he stops and turns back and he says, "Say, who's your friend?"
You are
Peter.
The computer.
the computer. No, he is. He is.
He looks at you and he looks at you and he goes, "Rookie." The rest of you, he winks, waves, and then he walks out of the room. And then the humming goes away, and you guys can leave. And you've survived the mission.
We don't
You've
get
been
to
a
be,
part of a huge conspiracy that was totally not of the computer's knowledge or devising.
we don't get to
We
be orange
lost
for
one
this.
clone.
Oh, yeah, you guys are. Everybody's actually promoted to orange clearance.
Woohoo!
Everybody?
Yeah.
Now we can have red people do our shit for us.
Scumbags.
Yeah, at the end of, let's see, getting to
Useless
orange
Reds.
clearance, you have to have a successful mission. You guys did successfully finish the mission.
Did I get any credits
Am I
for
oranger
killing
than they are?
No, the mission leader thing went away as soon as the
Yeah.
mission was done.
Yeah, once the mission was done, mission leadership ended. But yeah, that's how it goes. And then to get to yellow clearance, you have to do another successful mission. After that's a couple missions each time. If you can survive, I mean, 2 people.
Yeah,
Who
I
had
died.
2 clones? Just 2 of you? guys?
Yeah. Mine
Okay.
died, his died.
Yeah.
His first.
I
So-
died even within.
You
like,
died before
He
they
died
had
before we
place.
got outside.
Yeah. So that he actually explained the entire thing. Paranoia takes place about 150 years after the big oops, and that was in the. Here, I can give you guys a real quick background of it, and then
Paranoia
we'll be
seems
done.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's a crazy game. You can play it serious too, and then it's really creepy and just awful.
I felt like we got a little more serious towards the end.
With all the traitor push,
Yeah.
pointing.
Everybody's
fingers.
a traitor.
It was goofy,
Besides
then
him.
serious, and then it
'Cause he
got
didn't
kind of
say
goofy
anything.
with the.
I
No,
was
that's-
doing that on purpose
Yes.
the entire
He
game.
was, and this is a one shot. I won't play this again. I'm gonna have other games for you guys to play. He was internal security. He was INSEC. He was a spy.
He was internal
yeah?
affairs, basically.
So basically, he was probably debriefed on his own by Peter I as well to get some of the actual dirt on you guys. You can't tell internal security even about some of the stuff that Peter I told you at the end because you're part of it. But hey, he owes you a favor. So in 2000 was World War III. Following World War III, there was a world charter by the surviving nations to establish the first effective world government. 2015, most of Eastern Europe resettled. Decontamination of North America continues. 2025, official peace. In 2097, there was a cataclysm. There was a meteor hit the planet. There was people knew it was coming. They moved into some of these complexes. Unfortunately, when it hit, it created some computer problems, and Alpha Complex computer was knocked offline. The only real things that it could find to figure out what was going on were old 1957 brochures about the communists. That's where the whole
Nice.
commie thing comes in. It was cut off from the main computers, so it took over on its own, decided how things should be run. Over the last 150 years, it's year 194 of the computer. Over the last 194 years,
I like it.
ultra-violent level people have programmed and reprogrammed the computer. It's crazy now. It's completely insane. totally paranoid that somebody's trying to get it, and that's why.
What about the other computers? What happened to them?
Don't know.
They're probably
Who knows?
running normal.
Alpha Complex was actually San Francisco. Had a giant dome over it, and was flooded out, but completely protected by the dome. And that's where you guys were. That San Francisco is essentially what Alpha Complex is. The entirety of San Francisco and surrounding area. So when you guys went to shore, you were heading for the western U.S., and that's where you landed and ran into these Black Disc tribe and giant mutant cockroaches from the Bronx. They died before they could teach them culture, and they wanted to learn culture. So they've been scouring America looking for culture, and there's not much. So there you go.
That's cool.
That's the whole backstory too. Oh, and we can
That's
stop.
funny.
Dude.